Thanks for watching Times News. You're with me, George Misinde. First, the headlines. President Lazarus Chakwera believes technology and innovation can liberate impoverished Malawi. CSOs threaten to drag the Ministry of Gender to court over failure to respect a court judgment on the treatment of juvenile suspects. And financial lawyers question the role of the governor of the Reserve Bank of Malawi. We have these and other stories. Do stay with us. President Lazarus Chakwera says technology and innovation could be key to liberating Malawi from the jaws of poverty. Chakwera was speaking in Dubai, United Arab Emirates on Sunday during the 5th conference of the Global Sustainable Technology and Innovation Community, GSTIC. Taonga Sabola has filed this report, read by Matthews Kasanda.
According to Chakwera, despite Malawi boasting of 28 districts rich in natural beauty, natural resources, natural friendliness, natural peace, and the world's strongest democracy, poverty has become a stain that does not do the people justice. The Malawi leader said technology and innovation are the surest way of guaranteeing that no nation is left behind and guaranteeing that no nation misses the train of human progress. Chakwera told the conference that Malawi has developed the Malawi 2063 vision, whose aim is to make Malawi an inclusive, wealth and self-reliant nation by the year 2063. The GSTIC focuses on accelerating the implementation of integrated technological solutions for the SDGs. Integrated technology solutions tackle multiple sustainable development challenges across disciplines and sectors. It covers different aspects such as health, food, water, and energy.
Some civil society organizations, CSOs, have threatened to drag the Ministry of Gender to court over its failure to respect a court judgment on the treatment of juvenile suspects. In his judgment 3 months ago, High Court Judge John Chirwa ordered the ministry to construct safety homes within 30 days as per its mandate and duty under Section 157. Wezi Gausi reports.
The ruling said the safety homes should have a regard to the third schedule and be in the best interest of the children. The Center for Human Rights, Education, Advice and Assistance, CREA, Executive Director Victor Muhango, says they gave the ministry ample time to organize itself on the ruling, but nothing has happened. He says the next option is that the institution has to drag the ministry back to the court for contempt.
At the moment, the Ministry of Gender is already in the contempt of court because the court gave them 30 days. But as we are speaking, it's almost 3 months. There's nothing that has happened yet. So it means that they are not respecting the court ruling, which means that the children, they are still going in police cells, which is against the ruling.
Center for Human Rights and Rehabilitation, CHRR Executive Director Michael Kayatsa also faulted the ministry for the delays.
The law is very clear that the children who are under the age of 18 should not be held in prisons when they are in conflict with the law. The law is also very clear to say that such children should be kept in safe places or safe houses, or what are known as reformatories. So what the Minister of Gender is doing is actually violating, what the law is saying. But also it is in contempt of court, because the court made a clear judgment on the matter to say that such children should not be held in prisons, and that instead they should be moved to safer homes. But up to now, that has not happened. So it's a clear sign that the ministry is in contempt of court.
Meanwhile, Kayasa says with the delays, children are still being kept in police cells, which is uncalled for.
The country's financial lawyers have questioned the role of the governor of the Reserve Bank of Malawi, who acts as the central bank's chief executive officer and chairperson at the same time. The lawyers raised the concern during a continuous professional development financial services sector workshop by Reserve Bank of Malawi and the Malawi Law Society. Matthews Kasanda has the details.
Among others, the financial lawyers argued that doubling as CEO and board chairperson is against the dictates of good corporate governance, which promotes checks and balances. The Malawi Law Society has therefore suggested that there is a need to look into the issue. The Society's president, Patrick Mpaka, said for now the Society suggests that there should be a strict compliance to the qualifications for someone to qualify as the governor of the Reserve Bank of Malawi.
Strict compliance with those qualifications, and then the number of non-executive directors, if that also is maintained at kept higher than the number of the executive directors, maybe the standards can be corporate governance standards can be met for the purposes of the central bank. But otherwise, on the face of it, it's an issue which needs to be looked into and a proper balance reached.
Reserve Bank of Malawi Deputy Governor for Economics and Regulation, Grant Kabango, argued that in several countries, a governor of the central bank is also the chairperson of the central bank board, because the bank is different from commercial banks.
Take it that central banks are a different animal and therefore may not be treated similar to a commercial bank. There are quite a number of issues of national interest that usually him as the head of management of a central bank will have to take to the board and own in the board. So this is a matter that we've debated all along, and I'm sure we'll continue debating. But in terms of international best practice, it has been accepted in many countries.
The deputy governor also said it was imperative for the two sides to engage and exchange notes, because the financial sector is dynamic and the registration framework changes over time.
The Mzimba District Disability Forum has raised concerns that mobility challenges are keeping many children with disabilities away from school. According to the forum, an organization under the Federation of Disability Organizations in Malawi, FEDOMA, this has led to an increase in school dropouts, which later results in begging. Patience Lunda with the details.
This was disclosed by the Mzimba District Disability Forum General Secretary Marizgani Gondwe during commemorations of the International Credit Union Day in Mzuzu City. Gondwe said the challenge has further been broadened by lack of special needs teachers and learning facilities. He added that this is resulting to most disabled learners being unproductive due to illiteracy.
Children with disability find it very difficult to move for long distances, or sometimes not even long distances, but how will they move with their disability?
As part of the commemorations, Chapter 3 SACCOS, a grouping of savings and credit cooperatives in the northern region, donated sewing wool and wheelchairs to children and women with disabilities in Mzuzu City. The International Credit Union Day aims at demonstrating SACCOS principle of concern for the community. Chapter 3 SACCOS Secretary General Dan Zimba said the SACCOs were concerned with challenges that people with disabilities are facing.
It was our concern as SACCOs that we needed to do something to the people who are vulnerable in our community where we live, where we do business. And this year we chose to donate to Makoha.
The theme for this year's International Credit Union Day was building financial health for a brighter tomorrow. According to the 2018 Population and Housing Census, there are over 1.7 million persons with disabilities in Malawi, aged 5 years and above. This is representing about 11.6% of the total population.
Archbishop Thomas Msusa of the Catholic Church has spoken against theft of medical drugs in hospitals, describing the act as a deterrent to development. Msusa was speaking during a St. Joseph's Nursing and Midwifery College graduation ceremony, where he was the guest of honor. The ceremony took place at the school's campus in Chiradzulu district. More in this report by Justin Mkwehu.
The Catholic Archbishop says government spends a lot of money to purchase drugs on top of donor support, so it is disheartening that some health workers steal them. He then charged St. Joseph graduates to lead by example and protect public and private property.
When you go to especially government hospitals, yes, there are so many people who go there, but whenever they are diagnosed and found the sickness, they are told to go and buy the medication, the medicine. Now, I know that there is a lot of medicine given by donors to the government hospitals. Now, where does that medicine go? I would like to advise these people, as I said, they should be so unique, a different group, that they should not take medicine away from the sick people.
One of the graduating students, Deborah Kuyera, said the education she has obtained will help her change lives of people. She adds that they have taken heed of the call by the Archbishop and it will not be hard for them to implement.
The training which I've completed today is going to really help us in saving people's lives, both mentally, physically and socially.
The students have graduated with certificates and diplomas in pharmacy and nursing and midwifery.
The Shire Highlands Education Division, SHIRD, of the Ministry of Education has awarded students who performed exceptionally in the 2020 MSc examinations at Providence Secondary School in Mulanje. The division also awarded and recognized best performing teachers for their contribution. Speaking at the awards ceremony, SHIRD Division Manager Evelyn Njima said this is to motivate students and teachers to work hard, encouraging high grades in national examinations. More in this report by Liwelin Impasa, read by Mande Pondane.
Njima says the 6th SHIRD Academic Awards decorated 84 outstanding performers, including students and teachers.
There has been a very remarkable progress. As you heard for yourselves, for this year alone, we have made it to the university. Over 500 students have made it to various universities of Malawi. There is a lot of competition amongst teachers because now they are looking at their subject area and they want to be the best out of that. And this is actually making them to do more and improve in the grading of their subjects.
Receiving the award, Karabo Amos Chikoja, who is one of the outstanding students who scored 7 points in the 2020 Malawi School Certificate of Examinations, encouraged other students to work smart in school.
I didn't expect even getting the 7 points. So I'm very excited that even after getting the 7 points, I've also received another award from the division and also from Semedo. So I'm very, very happy. Everybody knows that if you want to pass, you need to study. So just study hard, know your active hours. Like for me, my active hours were in the morning. That means I can't force myself to study hard subjects in the evening. That means I won't understand anything.
Director of Sodebo Enterprise, who was one of the co-sponsors of the function, Samuel Mandaoga, says he supports SEPS's corporate social responsibility.
We sell our products to schools and teachers and students are the ones who use them. So since they have got this function, we decided to come in so that we should help them, we should support them. So we are here giving back to the community because they are our customers, they do support us.
Shiri Highlands Division comprises 111 government secondary schools from Mulanje, Palombe, Chiradzulu and Cholo.
You are watching Times TV News. We'll be back after the break.
pamene chilichonse chili bwino zinthu zosayembekezera zimathanso kuchitika. Koma tikagwirana manja ndi kulimbika tikhoza kusintha zinthu mdera lathu. Tonse pamodzi tikhoza kukwaniritsa zinthu zapatali. Ndipo tonse pamodzi tikhoza kufikira masomphenya a mmudzi wathu. Mukagwiritsa ntchito TNM poyimba phone, kutumiza ma SMS, kugwiritsa ntchito internet, kugwiritsa ntchito mpamba chaka chilichonse, TNM idzapereka 1% kapena 1 kwacha pa 100 kwacha iliyonse ya ndalama kuti ithandizire pa chitukuko chomwe anthu akufuna mdera lawo. Imbani *4888# kuti mutsimikize TA wanu. Tikabwera pamodzi ndi kugwirizana chinthu chimodzi, tingathe kupanga zinthu zazikulu mmudzi wathu. TNM mudzi wathu. Umodzi unamanga mtolo. Ndondomeko zizatsatidwa.
We all start differently, but we can all start with the strongest protection. Because some start early, others start late. Some from little homes, others from big ones. Some start together, or all on their own.
It doesn't matter how you start, as long as you start strong. With new Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection. Now with fluoride plus arginine for 4 times more strengthening power. So that you can give them the strongest start to their day. Colgate. Start strong, stay strong.
If there's one thing that all soaps do, it's wash. From buckets to basins, bathrooms to streams, and everything in between.
All soaps wash.
Yes, but Protex is different. Its reinvented formula with flaxseed oil boosts your skin's natural anti-germ defenses by 10 times more, protecting you against 99.9% of germs. So what keeps us healthy?
Protex!
Good health starts here.
Welcome back. Southern Africa Trust SAT is still waiting for approval from the Pharmacy and Medicines Regulatory Authority PMRA after submitting a dossier of research on Dipirivine ring, a biomedical HIV prevention method. The submission was made in February this year. More in this report read by Fali Banda.
When approved, the ring will empower women to prevent themselves from HIV transmission during sexual intercourse. The SAT Trust Country Programs Officer Novice Bamusi told journalists in Nilonge on Thursday that PMRA is yet to give feedback.
Once that feedback is provided, if it's going to be positive, then I think it's the role of the Ministry of Health to help generate some guidelines which will be used to ensure that the ring is effectively made available to the people.
University of North Carolina UNC project researcher Changani Tembo said the findings from the research have shown that the ring is safe and can be used by women and girls as a prevention method.
In a research setting where we had a double-blinded clinical trial, we found out that the ring reduced the risk of HIV by 35%.
In an interview, PMRI spokesperson Joseph Josia asked for more time before commenting on the position of his organization on the ring. Several countries in sub-Saharan Africa joined the study, including Malawi, due to their high HIV and AIDS prevalence, especially among women.
The Reserve Bank of Malawi has stressed the importance of awareness of the threat of counterfeiting that exists in money deals. Reserve Bank of Malawi Director of Currency Joseph Meuna said this as the bank engaged Event Master of Ceremonies under the Southern Region Master of Ceremonies Association, SOMACA, at its 2021 elective meeting in Blantyre. Liweli Nimpasa has filed this report, read by Elita Soko.
Event Masters of Ceremonies on Saturday voted for Patrick Kavina as Southern Region Master of Ceremonies Association SOMACA president for the next 4 years. In his acceptance speech, Kavina said his mission, together with the new office bearers, is to ensure unity and use the position to promote the welfare of MCs in the region.
At this point in time, I think the best thing, or the first thing I'm going to do, is the welfare of the MC. Even just on top of that, you know, we don't have a funeral policy. So this time around, we'll introduce the funeral policy. The first thing is to invite them, work together, so that we forge ahead.
Board of Trustees Chair for SOMACA, Emmanuel Jinunda, described the election as a landmark for a brighter future for MCs in the country.
The MCs must be able to deliver what they're expected to do in terms of connecting with the public, delivering what the public is looking for, and providing best service.
Commenting on the outcome of the election chair, James Mlonga, said he expects the new leadership to address the problems which the association has been facing.
It has been the tradition for the grouping, for the association, that after every 4 years, we usually usher into the office new office bearers. We usually work with the Reserve Bank of Malawi. We as MCs we have the responsibility of disseminating the information about the currency handling and how we can take care of the monies. So Reserve Bank was there to impart additional knowledge to all MCs so that when you go to all functions, we can be able to sensitize the general public on how best they can handle the currencies.
The elected executive will have the mandate to steer the affairs of the association for the next 4 years.
73-year-old John Muhone has built a house worth 8.3 million kwacha from Diaka Primary School in Nkatabe district. The 4-bedroomed house has electricity and will be used as a teacher's house. Sam Kalimira reports.
Muhone, now a retired, grew up in the area and is an alumnus of the school from 1958 to 1966. In an interview, Muhone said teachers are drivers of education in the country, hence the need for better houses to motivate them, especially in the rural areas. He further emphasized that if the Malawi 2063 blueprint is to work, the private sector and the government need to work together.
What motivated me most is the spirit of sharing from the little I have with people, and I encourage everyone to take part. In so doing, we can do it. There are so many areas that we can help, and in that way, we are helping the government in fulfilling its 2063 vision. It is the desire or the heart to give, and not what you have.
Annie is a daughter to Muhone, who said they supported the idea, considering that blessed is the hand that gives.
When he told us about his idea, we were all in agreement and we really supported him so that his dream should come to fruition.
On his part, Mdiaka Primary School head teacher Dastan Chizoma commended Mhone for the gesture, saying some teachers are renting away from the school campus due to shortage of teachers' houses.
The school has 6 houses. This is the 6th house, and we are 9 teachers here. So as you can see, it means 3 teachers are still renting outside the campus. The school is highly enrolled considering the population of the rural area here.
The construction of the house started in September 2019 and was completed in July this year. The school opened its doors in 1953 and has an enrollment of 696 learners.
And that's from Mdiaka Primary School. That's the news, but before we go, the headlines again. President Lazarus Chakwera believes technology and innovation can liberate impoverished Malawi. Financial lawyers question the role of the governor of the Reserve Bank of Malawi. CSOs threaten to drag the Ministry of Gender to court over failure to respect a court judgment on the treatment of juvenile suspects. Remember, you can get more on these and other stories by visiting our website www.times.mw, liking our Facebook page Times 360 Malawi, subscribing to 1895 and following us on Twitter at Times 360 Malawi. Remember to wash your hands regularly, observe social and physical distance, mask up and get vaccinated to prevent COVID-19. Please stay safe. You have been with me, George Misinde.